I'm gonna teach you how to push on a skateboard and show you the common mistakes you need to avoid. Let's start with foot position. I want your front foot to sit just below these 4 bolts. Or maybe you can cover these back 2 bolts. Overall, your front foot position is really important because that's where all of our stability is gonna come from. Your front foot will be very active the whole time you're pushing. You will constantly be doing turns and adjustments to keep that board under you or to aim where you wanna go. So what happens if you miss your foot position? If you put your front foot on the side of the board, it will just automatically turn. If you put your front foot on the other side, you run into the exact opposite problem. Your front foot position and stability is where our entire foundation is built. So if you run into any problems where the board isn't going where you want it to, that's because of your front foot. One way to test if your foot position has gotten too high, just push all your weight into your toes, and if you can lift the tail into the air, your foot's too far forward. A great drill to gain stability in your front foot is single leg snakes. Throughout your push, your weight will stay on your front foot. So if you're transferring your weight off of the board onto the ground, then back on top of it, you're gonna have a really tough time gaining speed. This is true for going side to side, and it is also true as you start reaching for the push. If you plant your foot on the ground at any moment, you're gonna start losing the board. So what I want you to do is just balance over the top of it. Keep a slight bend in your front knee, just enough to where you can brush the ground with your back foot. This is our pushing balance. After you push and you have speed, don't be in a rush to get your back foot on the board right away. The more strength you have in your front foot, the more time and patience you can have to set your back foot down softly, exactly where you want to put it, and then adjust your foot position from there. While you're pushing, your back foot will only make contact with the ground in this small zone right behind your front foot. That means your back foot isn't hitting the ground up here. It's not hitting the ground back there. It's not even hitting the ground here. Watch this video of me pushing at full speed. If you keep your weight over your front foot throughout your push, this will happen naturally. It can be pretty hard to see while you're moving, so I'm gonna give you a demonstration without the wheels on. It's natural to try to reach forward and plant your foot and try to pull yourself along and push like that, but really, you're not gonna have that much power and you'll really struggle to keep your balance as you start gaining speed. You'll notice when we plant our back foot barely behind the front foot, we focus on keeping our front foot directly underneath us. It makes it really easy to get a ton of power in the push and to focus all that balance in that strong front foot. While you're pushing, you want to hinge at your hip, so your chest is pointing more towards the ground. And we're gonna place our front foot directly under our chest so we can stand there. This is a great exercise for you guys to do right now while you're watching this video. If your feet are shoulder width apart, you're not gonna be able to balance on either foot. People think that you have to lean over your foot to balance on it. Stop with all that. Just put your front foot directly under your center line and you can stand on it. This is the position we will be in our push. So what this looks like in practice, I got a hinge at the hips, slight bend in the front knee, and my chest is right over my front foot or the nose. This feels really strong and easy to balance. While you're pushing, you can focus on your chin placement or your chest placement. It's all the same. I think it's a good idea to have your chin over the heel side rail of the board as you get deeper into your push to avoid falling off of the side and planting too much weight on the ground. So you can really lean over that opposite rail over here to keep your balance. As you want to add speed and more power to your push, I want you to actively hold your front foot in front of your body, because this will ensure a strong front leg as you're pushing, and it will also help you hit your back foot on the ground where it's supposed to. It will feel like you're pushing your wheels down into the ground and in front of you every time you make contact with the ground. This will make it impossible to put too much weight into your back foot. Now that you have a strong push and you know how to skate around comfortably, you can use this however you'd like. Pushing is a fundamental skill you need to go at all the targets. So now you can really start skating. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.